Today's edition of Mike Mayo's Lunchbox is brought to you by Daniel's, a Florida steakhouse in Fort Lauderdale.
Hold the Mayo. It's time for Mike Mayo's Lunchbox. Find out what's being served with Mike, Bifo, and Lubie, the only show that covers food, sports, and the proper maintenance of your car. And now, a man who had the distinction of having an entire health clinic named in his honor, Mike Mayo.
I want the flim flam sauce with the awesome fave with shafafa on the side.
Hey, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Mike Mayo's Lunchbox. Today, we are live at one of the best places. I said the word best. I'm not supposed to do that. I chided people on the group the other day, but in this case, it really is one of the best restaurants in all of South Florida.
Oh, well, thank
Certainly
you.
in Broward County, Michelin Guide recommended.
Yep.
Daniel's, a Florida steakhouse, downtown Fort Lauderdale, Rio Vista neighborhood, and we're with Kassidy Angelo. Kassidy, you're looking bright and bouncy after a very exhausting weekend.
That
How are
is
you?
for sure. I'm good. I'm recovering.
Yes.
But we were very busy last night, so it seems to be the theme for February, but it's been good.
Yeah, you know what? Just when you think like maybe you get a bit of a breather, and you do,
Yeah.
because you do have Mondays off here.
I
mental
do
health
have
day.
Mondays off. I know people are like, open on Mondays. I'm like, please no,
Yeah.
for my own mental health.
Look,
But
the
no.
demand is certainly
Oh, no,
there
the
for
demand
7
is
days.
there.
I was here Friday. Believe me, the demand is definitely there to be open as many times as they want to be open.
Yes,
But
it is nice to
You
have
need to
one day
breathe.
of breathing. I went to dinner with my dad on Monday, so we had a
Aw.
wholesome little
Nice.
date night, and
that's
it was good.
Dad-daughter is always a
Yeah, it was
treat,
good.
and no, and it's good because I think it's so important to keep a staff mentally fresh, and if you
Yep.
just do that grind every day, even if you have some people will have days off, but it's
Yeah.
just it gives the whole place a breather. So
Yeah, I think everyone deserves a day where they can be out of the building and
Yeah.
feel like they have a little bit of room to breathe.
and you can also explore and check out other places, which
Yeah,
I
for
know.
sure.
I talk to a lot of restaurateurs who say, "No, I never eat out. All I do is I go home and I eat cold noodles or something like that," because
I
they're there
understand.
17 hours a day, 7 days a week, and that's definitely a recipe for burnout. But
Yeah, I think like it's definitely good to have one night. I will say Mondays are always kind of a hard night because for industry that is probably the one night that everything's closed. So there are a
Yeah.
lot of restaurants I would love to try, but
They're close.
unfortunately right now I don't have a lot of time to do that. But for the most part, it is nice to be able to go out and even just like grab coffee somewhere and feel
Yeah.
like,
Well, couple
get
of our-
inspired by something else.
couple of our sponsors are open on Mondays. They take the Sundays off, like Cafe Seville. Joey, he's also, there's always some restaurants that are
Yes.
stagger
I live
the
in Miami
days
though,
off.
so I don't usually spend my Mondays up here. But if I
That's
did,
true. Okay, well, I got a list for you in Broward.
I'll
anyway.
take it.
Whenever you come up this
All
way.
good. All right. So, but as we were saying, yes, the 3-day weekend that included Valentine's Day was
Yes.
hectic, but this week also seems to be a lot of the Northeasterners, those damn New Yorkers like myself, although I moved here 36 years ago. It's like the President's Day week is usually like a week off for schools. They call it winter break.
Yeah.
So I think a lot of people are in town.
A lot of people are in town. I also think this is like a busy convention time. Like there's a lot of people that come down here. I know the Omni just opened, so I know there's a lot of people that are there.
Have you been in there yet?
I haven't, no, but I have a really good friend that works for them, and
Okay.
she really loves working there. But
I need to get in there and just to check it out because I'm hearing great things, and it's part of the new, like the convention center, and the Port Everglades now finally has a big new
Yeah.
hotel, which is fine. And it's always good. Like I always say, when there's more things like Pier 66 reopens and the
Yeah.
Omni opens, and even though they have their food and beverage operations,
Mhm.
I think more people come into town and more people will check out the places that are highly
Yep.
recommended,
Yep.
especially.
yeah, for sure. It definitely, the more places that open, the more beneficial it is to the community. Like
Yeah.
I think a lot of people, might think that it draws away from business, but I think if anything, it supports it. Gives people a reason to come here and not just to have a one-off dine, but to come and enjoy themselves, and it's a good thing.
Yeah. Now, this week, besides not being able to dine here on Monday, unless you already have a seat at a sold-out special event tomorrow night, you'll have to wait again till either tonight or Friday, because
Yeah.
what is happening here tomorrow night, Thursday?
We are hosting a South Beach Food and Wine Festival dinner, which
That's
is very
amazing.
exciting.
And that's a big honor because it, I think, is the only event, or maybe one of two events that are taking place in the 954. That's part of.
Yes, we're one of three. So it's
wow.
us, Vitolo. Actually, Anthony Vitolo was here on Sunday.
Oh, nice.
Very, very nice guy. He was
Mhm.
awesome. Came with his wife and Mai Kai.
The Mai Kai
Oh.
is having like a cocktail event. I
Yeah,
did not know that. Okay.
I think.
Now, for a while, like the festival had been expanding and having events in both Palm Beach County and Broward, and then they kind of retrenched a little. But
Yeah.
but it really is a good honor, especially. Why do it in Broward when you guys have a Daniels in Coral Gables?
Well, I think that South Beach Food and Wine is it's an amazing event, but I do think for the most part, it's great to continue to give exposure to the Broward dining
Mhm.
scene.
Yep.
And it's an opportunity for people that are coming in town to come north and experience kind of what we're offering up here. And the Daniels in Miami has been very successful, and like we've been very blessed, but I think that this is a very intimate space
Yeah.
in comparison to Miami. So having a seated dinner of 100 people,
Yeah.
you actually do
It's
get
a
to enjoy
cozier
the
environment.
ambiance and feel like you really get to understand what we're doing. And Miami serves a different purpose, which is amazing, but we're actually going to be closed for 3 days next week. So for us,
And
it's good.
the
We're hosting a rare tour.
right, the rare tour
Oh,
dinner down in Miami. But meanwhile, I still be honest. I think the tipping point that brought it to Fort Lauderdale was the lighting in here. the
It's true.
ambiance.
Actually, I got a compliment on the lighting on
That's
Saturday.
great.
So
That's
shout out Val.
Score big brownie points there.
Yeah.
No, and it is. I love the again,
she
the
did an amazing
chandeliers,
job.
the centerpiece. It's beautiful. So before we get into maybe some of the details, again, it's sold out tomorrow, but I always love hearing details about some of these special dinners and what you have in store for diners. That's maybe a little bit out of the ordinary, even though every night is out of the ordinary here.
Yeah.
As Lubie could attest, I want to talk about Valentine's weekend. So
Yeah.
Friday night and Saturday night, and then with the 3-day weekend, Sunday, I imagine, was also
Yes.
pretty great. How many covers did you did the combined 3 days?
Oh God.
Can't even count that.
Probably close
That's
to like 900.
Oh my
900,
God.
almost 1,000 for this room.
900,
Is something.
950.
That's a lot.
That's a lot.
Yeah, I mean that's not including the bar. I'd say Valentine's Day, we pushed a decent amount, but honestly, like even last night we did around probably 265.
Wow, you guys are really.
So-
Killing.
you guys are cooking.
Yeah, it's been good. So yeah, but Valentine's Day is we opened at 4:30. Our last seating was 10:30. So we definitely, had our fair share of guests come in, but it was good.
Now,
Everyone was very nice. I like Valentine's Day actually. I'm
And
probably
you
one of the
did
only people in
special
the service
menus.
industry that really does enjoy Valentine's Day.
Okay, I'll get in. Let's get into that because I post things on the group that look, I've been around and I know that Valentine's alone is a challenging day for everybody involved. When you throw it in, combine it with a Saturday night,
Yes.
makes it
Yeah.
extra challenging. And I just, I've gotten to the point in my life where like I can go out on a Friday night or a Wednesday night and I can pretend that it's a holiday
Yeah.
on those other days because every day is a holiday in my life. And
Exactly.
so,
Well, I think
but
if anything, because it was a Saturday, it was more encouraging for people to want to go out because a
Mhm.
lot of times, like if it's on a Monday, people will go on Saturday to
right.
like celebrate whatever it is. And then if you do have the Monday diners that will come in and celebrate the actual occasion, but it was like a double whammy. But like Valentine's Day is like it's like the Super Bowl of the
and,
service industry.
but you
Yes,
said you
yes,
actually
yes.
like it. Why?
I don't know. I think that I know that a lot of people hate on the prefix menu, but I do think with the prefix menu, it streamlines a lot for the
Oh,
kitchen.
The
Okay.
kitchen. Okay. So you
Um,
offered just one, or was it like two options?
We had one, but it was pretty expensive. We had
Okay.
we had a lot of options. We
Oh,
had like
choice of
we had like 6 options in each category.
Oh,
So
okay.
like it's not like we were limiting.
appetizer, entree,
And a lot of it was very similar. We had a couple of specials, like we did the Wagyu lasagna and a couple things like that. But we had actually we had steaks, we had our crab cake, we had things that people were coming in to
Already
enjoy
wanted it.
anyways.
signature dishes. Yeah.
For sure. But I do think I don't know, it was most people on Valentine's Day were super nice. Like they're happy to be here. Like they're in
Really?
love. Like I
But-
don't know. It's nice.
Oh, wow.
But I
She's
will
like-
say the planning of Valentine's Day is what's hard. I think like the actual service, if everything is put together very nicely, it goes very smooth.
Okay.
at least in my experience in the last 2 years that we've done it.
Okay.
And we have an amazing team, which obviously helps you.
Yeah.
Your
Um,
staff's
Polished,
But I
seasoned pros,
do
yeah.
think that the planning of Valentine's Day is very challenging.
Yes.
That is like trying to pinpoint where people are going and like making sure that this seating makes sense and that
Mhm.
the floor plan is proper and everything else. Like that is probably. And then you have like the random 8 top that comes.
Well,
and you're
that
like,
was going to ask you because one of the challenges is that usually
It's
it's
all
all
twos.
90% are 2 tops, but you said there are some people that,
we
and
had,
again, this room here is a lot of, you know, you could
a lot of fours.
separate them. They could do a lot of 2
well,
tops,
we had,
but there's
so we
4
rented
tops.
tables. So you could do, we had deuces. We had 12 tables in the middle that were all
Okay.
deuces.
Oh wow.
Okay.
And then if we had a 6, we would combine one of these, or in
Mhm.
our wine room, we had
People
like,
go out
bigger
on triple
rounds.
dates or have like a 6
Or they come
topper?
with their families
Oh,
and
okay.
things
Okay.
like
If
that.
you've been together a long time.
I didn't know if there's
Yeah.
Galentine's Day, Palentine's
We had a couple
Day.
of Valentine's days. I don't know. It was kind of good. And then we had a good bar crowd too. So
That's
people
good.
became friends,
All right.
chatty. It was good.
Good.
Yeah,
And
there's
then
like a good
now
energy
let's
in here.
rewind to Friday night, which is when one Mike
Ah.
Lubitz and wife Shirley were
You know,
celebrating.
foray.
It was actually not their wedding anniversary, but their meeting date,
Yes.
right?
the
Anniversary.
9-year anniversary of when we had our first date.
And so
cute.
that dovetailed with Valentine's
Day before
Day.
Valentine's Day.
Yeah. Yeah. No. Well, it was 2 days before Valentine's Day. It was the Thursday was.
Yeah, but you celebrated on Friday.
We went on because that's the thing. We were meeting and I was like, do we really do this on Valentine's Day? So we did it. I remember we did it 2 days before Valentine's, and then she never got rid of me. Since then.
Aw, that's
So,
cute.
Lubie, I mean, I know you touched on it yesterday's show, but can you give us the full experience and review? What did you order? What else? I guess you got some extra goodies.
So what's interesting is, and again, we work with a lot of establishments, and yes, everyone always sort of prods us like, oh well, it's because it's you guys. I'm like, I always push back. That's not true. Like we eat every place that we work with. I've gone out with my wife. A lot of times they don't even know who I am. Like I'm not necessarily Mike Mayo, and I don't, and I don't
The
say
one
it.
and only.
Like I don't go out. Yeah,
I wear disguises.
yeah, right.
yeah, the mustache.
Yeah, right. You're like the Mike Mayo disguise. I don't go out of my way to say it. I really don't, and we get as good treatment as when they do know who I am. Like that's one thing I'm impressed by. I don't think for a second we would have gotten any
No,
different.
Daniel's
treatment.
is a place where everybody's treated like a
Like,
VIP because
It was,
it's
and the guy used that word with us, which I thought was funny because everyone, like, I had to go to the restroom, so and I just wanted to check because we were in the room in the back. I was like, are they putting us to wash dishes, or this is like the really nice room?
No, you get
which
the
is
cozy.
really
part.
freaking.
Yeah,
No,
the
it was
back.
really cool, and you could tell
It's a good like date night room.
It's
Like if
a
you're
great
celebrating
date
an
night room.
anniversary and you want to like really
Yeah.
be intimate with someone.
Cozy, quiet,
It was
a little
perfect.
bit more
for
conversational.
us. It was perfect.
Yeah.
Again, we're still in the place where we like talking to each other, so it worked out.
After
It
you're
worked-
10, I don't know,
Yeah.
you might be out here.
We're not on year 25 yet, where we're just on our phones or looking at the wall. But so it was perfect. But I could say walking through this room that like the energy is great, but it's also great for date night, great for any kind of experience you want. And what's impressive to me is like the staff is really good. Like, and again, wherever we go, the staff's pretty solid. But like, just how everyone knew what was going on at all times, and we worked with 3 or 4 different people came to our table.
Yeah, it's like a finally,
But they
like a
worked
symphony
perfect.
orchestra where every
It was, no,
part-
but they
every
worked
section
perfect together.
comes
Like,
together. Yeah,
and it was systematic, but everyone had personality too, which is not always the case. Like some people, the food runners are usually very,
no,
Dead
this is
set.
seasoned pros now. This
but
is it.
it was
But we have
impressive.
a pretty young staff. Like I
Yeah.
think that's the other thing is that we do have a lot of seasoned. Actually, your server Nelson is like
He's fantastic.
great.
He's
and
fantastic. Nelson was
he's
amazing.
awesome, but he's still relatively young for being as
Really?
seasoned as he is.
Okay.
And I think like that is one of the great things that I think about our restaurant in particular that like is there's a lot of personality here. Like, and
Mhm.
we encourage our staff to show their personality to the guests and like build those relationships with them. And it doesn't just have to be a manager doing that.
Right.
Like the server can do that. The
But it's a
food
tone
runner.
that's set at the top, and
Yep,
you
from
are
you
also.
From you down, I
Lubie
mean-
was telling me that the way that you were working the room was really impressive, considering the fact that you are, relatively new to the hospitality game. I mean,
Well,
2
she's from
years
the
in.
money managing world. Like it's
Yeah.
all, and I literally, I wanted Shirley to meet Kassidy without my impressions. I
Right.
wanted because we both been very, and I don't know. I don't mean to be demeaning. It's just like the fact that this is a very hard industry. Mayo was in it for like a week. I did.
I sliced my thumb
I-
on a slicer that
and it was all
It
over.
was over.
I worked in
Yeah.
multiple restaurants. I've had friends work in restaurants. We've now been doing this for 4 years where we're dealing with people in the restaurant industry. It is one of the toughest industries to deal with, be in, and a lot of people get burnt out, you know? So
Yeah.
where you literally are coming from Miami, you're here, it's new to you, and you've just thrown yourself into it.
She brings energy. She brings
Well, in
youth.
every
She
facet,
brings
too.
charm.
No, but I'm
No,
just saying, like,
Blush.
you're,
but it's all
you're-
well deserved
No, I
because
appreciate
again,
it.
and you guys, you imbue the room with that, just exuberance, and it
Oh,
carries
thank
over to
you.
the.
So I didn't want to
to
kiss ass. I'm not, to be brutally honest. Like I wanted my wife. My wife's very. They remind me of each other. Very determined. Carries herself well. She's been in management since she was in her early 20s. She's a short Latina woman, so she's had to like fight and claw and like to show who she is and be taken seriously. So I was like, I want them to meet, and I'm not going to say anything. Like,
Mhm.
and I didn't have to because they forgot I existed. The two of them talked for like 45 minutes straight. I'm like, who they? I'm like, whatever. Let them go. And they just hit it off. And she leaves, and Shirley's like, oh wow. So like, she's been in this. She's been doing it a long time. Like now, she's never done this before. She's like, what? I was like, never. And she worked in restaurants coming through college. Like, she's like, really? I was like, yeah. I was like, she was in the money management.
Did you
field,
ever
like,
work like odd
No.
jobs at restaurant? No, all
I've been a
through
barista.
college. Oh,
Okay, something.
But
that's
no,
a mean double latte.
yeah, it's true.
So,
But no, I think like my dad, when I first started, my dad had the philosophy of that if I was going to do this, it had to be done
Mm.
in the right way. And a lot of that was you'll never be able to properly run this business if you don't understand the business and you don't fully put yourself into it, right?
Right.
Like immerse yourself.
Yep.
And if I wasn't on the floor and I was leaving at 5 o'clock every day,
right.
I would still be getting things done from an administrative side, but like I wouldn't really understand even the administrative
No,
side
you
because I didn't
gotta
understand
understand
the
the
people,
restaurant.
the whole,
Yeah.
the face, facing.
And this is like a people business. I think it's like I actually had to do an interview the other day and it was like asking you about like AI and like utilizing technology, which I do use,
Mhm.
but ultimately like this is probably one of the only businesses that still remains like very person heavy.
Yeah.
Yep.
And you have to really love it. And like I think that it is an industry that's like very taxing and burnout is very real. And I mean, like I transparently literally was on the phone with my dad on Saturday night. I'm like, I'm so tired. And he's like, I'm so tired too. But then the next day you wake up and you're able to get a good night's sleep and you're able to like really
kind of like the
hone in on what's
newspaper
important.
business where it's like you got to do
Yeah,
it.
go
Like,
ahead.
you
Yep.
did a great job one day, you have a great story, you have a great service, and it's like, okay,
Right.
wake up and do it again.
Yeah.
And
I-
again. And
but
again.
the best
and
thing
yeah.
about this business, similar probably to that, is that even though maybe you're doing the same thing, every day is different.
Yeah.
Right.
And like I have met the most like incredible people through this job, which ultimately like service to me is the best part of my day
Yeah.
because that's the part of my day that I really get to like
Interfacing with the public, with
Yeah.
the guests.
and
That's
you get
yeah.
to see the fruits of your labor. I think
Mm.
that's the really cool thing about this business is that when you see people like how when you guys came in, you never had an actual dining experience
Yeah.
at Daniel's,
Yep.
and your wife like was completely
She was
Daniel's
floored.
virgin, like
She
didn't
was-
know
yeah,
anything.
She what? No, she was. You popped the
But-
cherry straw.
But-
she was floored. Yeah.
But I think seeing the way that people respond to it. And look, I mean, like we know we're not for everyone. That is okay. And I think for a
Right.
long time it was really hard for me to accept that.
And that is the key to being a successful restaurateur.
Yeah. Look,
You
we-
cannot be all things to all people,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
you
yeah.
know your lane. And then
Yeah.
I've seen it at a lot of our other sponsors and Tropical Acres. Look, another steakhouse, different.
Very different,
they're perennials. They're 77 years, and Jack knows.
and
Look,
they own it.
we're not the high end steakhouse. We're not serving prime. We're not all things to all people. But he's comfortable with that. And I guess
Yeah.
you said it takes a while to
Yeah,
get there.
and
right?
it's easy to become, I think, like jaded in the
Yeah.
sense of like
Yeah.
being like, well, this person doesn't like this, and reading through every Google review and
Yeah.
everything
don't
else.
read the
You
reviews.
can't.
I
Well,
actually
you
do
have
read
to
them
stay
all
on
the time.
top of it.
It's not
Because
bad
some
if
of
you
them-
use it the right way.
Some of them are valid, and some of them
I
do
get
offer
them sent to
constructive.
my email, and I screenshot every one of them, and I read them thoroughly, and I will personally call back people to understand what their experience was.
Wow.
But
People.
it's important to like understand that like there are some
Where
I'd
are
say
people coming from? Right.
yes, like
And-
there's
and
50% of it is can be constructive, 50% of it can be kind of
just mean or just trying to be haters or whatever. And I see this as an admin on the group where there's some people where they say, oh, okay, they're raising a valid point, and that is a room for improvement for
Yeah.
a particular place.
Yep.
And then there are some where it's just like you could tell this people is just totally embellishing the story, and they're full of it, and
Yeah.
they're just trying to, they're trying to get a freebie or something like that. And so
Yeah.
that's the kind of thing where
You
you
have to
have
figure
to kind of wade through.
Well, I think working at JP Morgan gave me a lot of that perspective though,
Yeah.
because I got yelled at by a Chase branch worker in New York, and she did not like me. Like we were on the phone, she was like, "You're an idiot." I was like, "Oh my god!" I was like crying. I was like, "I don't know what to do." But I was after that experience, I
Got you
cried.
ready.
I went to the bathroom and I cried.
Yeah.
I came back. It was like 3 months into my job.
Oh God.
So, but it was great because it sounds funny, but like it actually was great because I was like,
Right.
okay, whatever, like I screwed up, which is very fair.
Yeah.
Learning
But,
experience. Yeah.
like, would I have handled it the same way? No, but was she kind of valid in the moment? Yes. And I think like after that I kind of learned like, yeah, maybe feedback. People relay feedback in very different ways depending on their mood and depending on what they're going through. And especially in this business, you kind of have to take it with a grain of salt and understand that like maybe the way that you would handle something is different. Maybe someone doesn't understand whatever it is. Maybe they are valid because they're going through something else. Like there's all these different perspectives and you kind of have to just like put, your mindset on.
I'm
like,
glad that
it's
you
good.
get it. And again, now that you're kind of, 2 years in and sensing, what's important, what's not important, and the fact that you can't please all the people all the time, but you do have to pay attention to.
But feedback is the breakfast of champions. And I tell people that all the time. If you don't accept feedback, like people are afraid to tell me things sometimes. I'm like, I would rather know if something
Not me,
was wrong.
Cassidy, you know
that
me.
I know.
Now I don't do it on the air, but I'll give some notes or maybe say you can
but they
improve
embrace
something.
it whenever you've done
But
it.
it's a great point. Like I think that's the thing is that you understand. You also see a lot of things. Like you have maybe more daily exposure than I would have, right?
Because I go to different places every day and I see what people do right and what people do wrong and what.
Or what you like or what you don't like. Yeah.
Hey, let's get back to the food. What'd you have? The basil gem Caesar salad.
And I do want to talk about the food because the food
crab
was
cake.
the star of the show. But what I
give me the quick list. I don't want to come on. It's like the greatest hits, right?
No, it's fantastic. But what I want to say is, for me, I am a layperson that would normally go, oh, Daniel's, because the prices are not what I would normally spend on a day-to-day basis. You guys own that. But what I appreciate, and I noticed the servers with the other tables, like not everyone was us, and other people were getting things explained to them. It's not hoity-toity. It's not snooty. It's not, oh, you didn't understand. Like I've been where servers sort of roll their eyes that you don't understand what this or that steak is. Like Nelson, it wasn't just Nelson though. Like the entire staff was like, I was listening to other tables just to see, am I the only idiot here? And they were asking questions, and they would say, I'm going to show you this. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask at any point, and I'll explain. And I was like, you know what? The man himself is here.
Oh,
look at that, Danny. He's must be.
Danny, so I'll let you
prepping
sit here, Danny.
for the big dinner, the big day tomorrow.
So I'll get off screen and I'll let Danny sit down. I'll get the other headsets and I'll explain what we have. But it was just really cool to be at a place of this caliber, but not be treated like I never was intimidated. And I can be. My wife is very classy. She'll take me to some places, and I just sit there quietly. But like you won't be intimidated. And like again, we got the basil Caesar salad. Cassidy said, you know what, you guys will love this. It was like no Caesar salad I've ever had, and it was fantastic. Diam, I think, took care of us and brought out the onion dip with the caviar and the house-made chips.
And there's a new tuna tartare, right?
They had just put a tuna tartare on, and they gave a layer of caviar that I don't think if we had a can of caviar, it would have had that much caviar on it. And my wife was floored by it, and it was fantastic. The foie gras, creme brulee, came out magically, and I know Mayo likes it, but
the foie gras
we've talked to a lot of people who have a very differing opinion about it because it is a lot of strong
polarizing
flavors. It's a lot of strong flavors coming together.
Some people don't like foie gras. Some people don't see the it's kind of like a
because it has a sweetness to it. It could be a dessert, like you've talked about many times. We get people that
get dessert as it is a dessert.
My wife
freaking
adored it. Like my wife was ready to dive in and swim in the dish. Like, and then the steaks. Like again, we are a different. My grandfather was a butcher, so I grew up thinking I knew meat. This is a different class and different level of meat, so we really didn't know what to do. So Cassidy, Nelson were very helpful, and look, try this one, see how you like it. And it was like I've never had steak melt in my mouth. Melt in my mouth.
The prep, and again, just the Danny Ganna brought out. What do we got? Is this going to be on the menu tomorrow?
But we're going to let him.
Yeah, you're going to let him do the talking. But again, like you said, Lubie, the way they prepare the meat, the seasoning, the cooking, it comes out, with that great crust, perfect outside crust, and then an inside. I mean, look at that, ruby red, beautiful. I call this medium rare. Some people would call it maybe on the rare plus side, but I want to just dive into this. And we welcome back to the program, getting ready for a big night in conjunction with the 25th anniversary of the South Beach Wine and Food Festival. Daniel's is going to be having a very special dinner, intimate, sold out, and welcome back to the show.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah,
it's always an honor to be here, and then and of course showcasing a little bit what we're doing.
Yeah, and this is my gouty toe is okay. It's starting to throb a little just looking. No, I had a little bout of gout for the first time in 8 years, like a week ago. But I went for acupuncture, it cured it, and
Love
I'm good. I'm as good as new. So I'm ready to dig into some red meat. And so this is going to be part of tomorrow's dinner, or we got
So first, we're gonna have this two that we part for tomorrow, and so we have this beautiful winter frost Denver steak tataki,
that's a Denver steak tataki. Wow,
and
that's
then of
beautiful.
course as the entree, we're gonna have this Margaret River Wagyu New York strip, with of course a little bit of the steak Diane steak
Mhm.
with mushrooms, and of course a little bit of our potato fonduta and
Oh.
caramelized cipollini onions.
Nice. And then when we got just a
And
slice-
that a little bit more of what we've been trying to do for the past couple months, and then a little longer, taking care of our beef program.
Okay.
It's not our beef program, and both restaurants have been our goal is to be better from the day
Yeah.
before.
Oh wow.
So it's and it's also about understanding where beef come from.
yeah,
A lot
it's
of
like
restaurants they
That's
they
so
just
nice.
they just put wagyu on their menu, or just prime in their menu. For us, is about where it comes from, what the cattle has been fed, that the cattle's been treated correctly, as humanely as possible, and of course, understanding that there are ranchers and families behind the is
yeah, each farm and each herd has its own
Mhm.
distinct characteristics, and I know, like that was part of what impressed me the most. The first time I came in, where you see this board, kind of like when you see a wine list of where you see the provenance. Where did it come from? Australia,
Mhm.
Texas, Florida, grass fed, and then the aging program. Some of it is dry aged, some of
Yes.
it is wet aged, and the number of days, and all these things. For a true carnivore steak lover,
Oh my god.
this is the kind of thing that sets you guys apart.
Well, and it's a
Yes.
lot of the time people I know that love steak always say, "Well, I could make it better at home," right? Like it's so often people will just not get steak out because it tastes like every other steak. What I will say is, and that's what impressed me, because I usually don't order steak out, because same thing, like I can have it here or there, and it's like, well, I'd order it out. The steak we ordered Friday, I've never had steak like that. Like it's never tasted like that in my life. So it's worth it to me to come here to have steak, because it is different than something I would prepare at home.
Thank you.
So
Yeah, so and then like each farm, this one is from the Greater Omaha family, the Winter Frost, and is a Wagyu, American Wagyu.
Mhm.
And of course, Denver steak is one of the really cool cuts.
great cut.
And
Yeah,
then the
it's
Margaret
got a lot of
River,
flavor, a lot of
it's
striations of
amazing.
the ribbons
Really,
of
really
fat.
cool.
And what's the? I saw it's almost
So-
like it tastes like a kind of one of those crudos or something like that.
Correct. So we have a little bit of a pomelo in there.
Mm.
So the pomelo is a Sarawak pomelo, and it has this sweetness to it. As you know, pomelo is the
Type of orange.
ancestor of the grapefruit,
Oh, grapefruit. Right.
and the grapefruits are a little bit more bitter. It has grapefruits have been a hybrid
Mhm.
of the citrus, but the pomelo is of course you can say the heirloom grapefruit, and then has a sweeter notes, that citrusy flavor that's just very, very, very cool. And then of course a little of just to finish off with some Maldon salt,
Hmm.
make it nice, clean, just a beautiful steak dish that I don't
So
say
it is
that.
like a fish tataki sushi
yes,
sataki
yes.
that you usually see, but this with
Love
a
beef.
with a
Correct.
cut of beef, which is a brilliant stroke. And again, for meat lovers, beautiful. This Margaret River, this is the Australian
yes.
Wagyu. Oh my god! And the sauce. And again, it's just it's like I'm sorry, it's what kind? It's like not a demi-glace.
So is a hunter sauce, is a
Mhm.
steak Diane with a little bit of
Mm.
course the confit shallots in there. Then of course you have the mushrooms and the
Yes.
fonduta,
The
and
fun
just
beauty is
puts
ridiculous.
out
Onion.
everything
That
together.
is insane.
That's so good, and that beef is really tender,
Yes.
flavorful. And then
This
what do
is-
we have here?
so
Just
that
classic
one-
All-Star.
So that one you're gonna go crazy about this one. So that one has been is with this whole. We had the Rare Tour next week in Miami, which is
The Rare Tour dinner.
is gonna be amazing. So
Is that sold out?
Saturday sold out.
Mm-hmm.
Still a couple more tickets on Thursday,
Okay.
and
that's next week at the Daniels in
Miami.
Coral Gable, Daniels,
Yes.
Miami.
yes.
Part of the Rare Tour. If people want to get in on that for the Thursday night, where do they go?
Resi.
Resi.com.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Prepaid. Yep. And
We're
That's gonna be-
pairing it with Gaia. So Gaia Wines will be doing a wine pairing with them.
Is like
Mhm.
the supreme.
Um,
That is the best. Oh my god.
but if someone is just a food
Mayo's
lover,
about to pass out.
if someone's just a food lover, they can come on Thursday for just the food portion. And then Friday and Saturday Friday will be paired with Vega Sicilia, and then Saturday night will be paired with both Gaia and Vega Sicilia. wines.
and the Rare Tour, it's in conjunction which other restaurants? It's
So it's
from
number 3 of the world, Laya from the Basque region.
Which we will be back at
Oh,
at
yes.
the end of March.
Oh, you guys doing more R&D, man.
Yeah.
What a fight. The
And then
Basque
Casa
region of
Julian.
Spain. Yeah, Casa Julian.
Which is
Okay.
number
So
7.
that's those two.
So this is some of the
legendary
top
restaurants.
steak places in the world
Yes.
getting
Yes.
together for a couple of nights of just
a 6 hands
collaboration.
dinner.
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
And we're gonna have. So the coolest thing about this steak is that while the research of getting all these great
What is-
ranches for the restaurant, we're gonna do 3 chuletones side by side from 3 different ranches.
Mhm.
One is gonna be the Cape Grim from Tasmania. Amazing steak.
Tasmania?
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Oh my god.
And then, of course, that one is going to be from Stemple Creek from California. And then this one, which we're going to have the chuleton, this is more of the Kansas City. It's from Highland Hollow in upstate New York.
This is a New York steak? It's
Yes, it's
and
from
it's-
New York State. Yes. And it's a Highland breed of the cows. So
it tastes fantastic.
It's right. It's insane.
it's crazy.
Yeah.
It's very good. And it's been fed grass fed and then finished with grains
And this is so simple. You just put a little salt on it,
Yeah.
and that's
Yeah, that's oh my
it's,
god.
it's like it
That's
doesn't need
amazing.
anything else because it
Yep.
speaks for itself.
Yep, and then that's gonna be in the
I'm in
menu
awe.
for here.
No, it's ridiculous.
For Lauderdale and Miami. So
Wow, that's. I'm gonna say
That's
this.
rare.
I
I mean,
mean,
speechless.
More
speechless
steak
about-
from
Yeah, I grew up in Brooklyn. I'd go to Peter Luger's. That's better than any Luger steak I've ever had. That might be,
No, the steak here is second to none.
I don't know what's a heresy to say that, but
It's not. Oh, you
Quality
guys
of that
were
meat is
awarded what,
unbelievable.
top 10 or so? You were awarded
We were ranked number 9 best steakhouse in North America,
Yeah.
and then this
in
location
6 months.
in 4.
in 4. I'm sorry, in 4
Yeah,
months.
and
So I don't
then-
think that's heresy.
And
I
this
think it's valid.
was rated the number 1 best steakhouse by Tasting Table in the state of Florida.
now let me
Again, the state of Florida has a lot of legendary
Oh,
steakhouses.
yeah,
by the way.
Burns,
yeah,
obviously,
Burns, of
and all
course.
these things. But no, I mean, you
But
guys.
it's deserved.
It's a different program. I think like Burns has a different. It's like how we were talking about. There's different types of
different
restaurants.
Yeah, yeah.
philosophies. You
This is a
guys are
different one.
going for the ultimate. I mean, again, pushing
But you
forward
hit
into
it.
the future.
Mhm.
It's unbelievably good. Question for you, as a renowned chef. When I go out and I have steak, usually we just order it medium rare.
Mhm.
Or sometimes we'll get it a little bit, on the rarer side. But I see that here. Like, do you think some steaks actually should go to a more of a medium?
course.
And
Yeah, 'cause
and
that
it depends.
is
100%
This is
not as
more
rare
of
as
a
the other
medium,
one.
but it
100%.
tastes.
Is that on purpose?
But it's perfect.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So explain that.
So sometimes like it needs a little bit more on the heat. So the marbling and also some of the
the Maillard effect,
Yes,
I guess
yes,
they
yes.
call it, where the fat melts and renders, and
Yes,
it
yes,
makes
yes,
it
yes.
even more
Correct.
flavorful. Yeah.
Correct. So at the end of the day, that's what we want. We want to make sure that everything is melted inside, and then also for me
Because it's juicy. still.
nowadays, back in the days I used to go more for the rares and medium
Right.
rares, and nowadays I've been going more for the mediums because at the end of the day it cooks a little longer, and then it gets some time for the fat to like melt inside the steak.
So how do you communicate that to guests who might be preset in their notions of, oh, this is the only way I like my steak. This is what constitutes a perfect
I feel
steak.
like a lot of guests though have their own.
Yes, of course. And
Right, but
it-
I'm
Well,
saying, do you
steak,
ever tell
obviously.
the servers to say, oh, if they're going to order this steak, why don't you recommend that the chef has it more towards medium because it brings out
it
more
depends
full
on
flavor?
also on the cut and the breed of the cow. Like for example, this Margaret River, you can eat it medium rare
I could
easily.
eat this probably
not a
as
problem.
tartare, right?
But then this one, that because it's the breed and it's also an older cattle, it going into medium, that's even perfect. And medium rare also is amazing too. So it's one of those things. Going too well done, that's
Makes you sad.
well,
You cry.
Yeah.
that's the
Yeah.
trying to stay away from. But at the end of the day, if guests like it well
one, you
done,
gotta do
we're
it,
gonna
yeah.
make it happen. And at the end of the day, that's what we're here for.
Some people have certain dietary needs, but maybe they should stick with pasta. I said it. not you.
Mayo said it.
Man,
Not Restaurateur
what a
Kassidy.
treat. This is going to be quite a couple of weeks coming up. So again, tomorrow night here, sold out, South Beach Wine and Food Festival dinner.
Mhm.
And then next week, the Rare Tour down in Daniels, Miami. Still some availability left for the next Thursday night, the 26th.
Mhm.
And go on to Resi.
And Resi, yeah.
.com. And I guess, I'm just going to genuflect to you and proclaim you the master of meats. And
thank
we're going to take our first break. And but I do appreciate you stopping by today. I'm sure you're
Yes.
very busy. And you're going to have 100 people here tomorrow, right?
Oh yes, it's gonna be fun.
How does that work? I mean, it's kind of both good and bad because you don't have 100 people that are ordering different things, but it's like you got to plate everything at the same time and gonna get things. Do
Well-
you like festival dinners?
Yeah, we've done already almost 100 wine dinners in Miami,
Oh wow.
and plus here, it's those can be a little bit on the challenging side if we're not planned or you're not organized. But we're already,
It's like a really big private event. That's
Yes.
the best way to describe
yes,
it.
yes,
Is
yes,
that
yes.
we've done buyouts here with 80 people,
Mm.
and as long as they're prepared and then our servers are prepared to be in the past, I think that's
Correct.
the best.
Meanwhile, I see
They have
another
to be aligned.
Another Angelo.
another heavy hitter on hand. We got all the all stars coming out today. Tom Angelo.
It's Prime Rib
Kassidy's dad.
Wednesday.
It is Prime Rib
That's
Wednesday.
right.
It's
He
the night
knows.
to be here.
That's it. All right. Well, Danny, we're going to let you go. Let's take our first break. Before we do, a very quick word since we're on the red meat theme. Coming up on March 2nd, the Red Meat Lovers Club is hosting a huge event that's in honor of Evan Darnell, their Secretary of State, who founded the club. He's having a big birthday coming up, and I've helped him put together quite the assortment of restaurants. It's going to be held on, again, Monday night, March 2nd, 7 o'clock at the Boca Raton Innovation Center, which used to be the IBM campus. And there's going to be 15 restaurants, open bar, and benefiting 12 different charities. Go online now to rmlclub.com. That's the Red Meat Lovers Club. Or go directly to the website steakbirthday.com to get your tickets today. And you can use the promo code Mayo for an extra $20 off the tickets. Going to be a great time. Again, rmlclub.com or steakbirthday.com to get your tickets. Going to be a great time on March 2nd. All right, let's take the first break. And we'll come back and we'll catch up with Tom Angelo himself. Haven't seen him in a couple of months. He's been a very busy man. After these words on the Lunchbox. The finest quality, warm hospitality, and world-class creativity. Those are the ingredients that make Daniel's, a Florida steakhouse, a special place. Come experience the restaurant that's Michelin Guide recommended and totally Mike Mayo's Lunchbox approved, with an impressive collection of steaks, seafood, and more, like their foie gras creme brulee. Daniel's is located at 620 South Federal Highway in Fort Lauderdale, just south of the New River Tunnel, open Tuesday through Sunday for dinner. For reservations and information, go to danielssteak.com. Fresh local fish, a sophisticated setting. I'm talking about Corvina Seafood Grill. It's at 110 Plaza Real South in Boca Raton, just south of Palmetto Park Road. It's the place to go for the freshest and local seafood and fish, some of it with a Peruvian twist like their great ceviches. It's open 7 days for dinner. They also have happy hours 7 days a week. You don't want to miss it. It's a great place. CorvinaBocaRaton.com for more information and reservations. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you. Do you love Italian food? I mean, who doesn't love Italian food? Well, have I got a great new place for you, Elvis Italian Grill. It's at 4261 Griffin Road in Dania Beach, right near State Road 7 and the Hard Rock Casino. It's named for its owner, Elvis. And it has all your favorites, pizzas, pastas, veal chops, fresh fish, lunch specials, happy hour, and bar, great wines, al fresco dining on the deck with a water view. Open for lunch and dinner every day but Monday. For reservations and information, go to elvisitaliangrill.com. Delicious Mexican food with innovative twists. Margaritas with a medley of tongue-tingling flavors. I'm talking about Taco Craft, Taqueria, and Tequila Bar. The place to go on Taco Tuesday and every day. It's located in Lauderdale by the Sea at Plantation Walk and Coral Springs. Taco Craft has specials every day, including bottomless drinks for Sunday brunch and Taco Tuesdays, including their new birria tacos with bone marrow broth. Oh, it's so good. They've even made a taco lover out of me, and they've got so much more, including fajitas, that open-faced smashed cheeseburger tortilla that's new, and a guacamole sample that's an explosion of flavors. The kitchen is open late. There's delivery and takeout. For more information, go to tacocraft.com. Tell them Mike Mayo, the Lunchbox, sent you. Hey, it's Mayo for Gilbert's 17th Street Grill. You know me, I love family-run places with quality food at fair prices served with passion and pride. And that's why I love Gilbert's. For more than a decade, Lenore, Beth, and Richie Gilbert have been serving up the best burgers, wings, ribs, salads, and desserts. It's a fast casual spot. Everything prepared fresh to order from an immaculate open kitchen. They're at 1821 Cordova Road in Fort Lauderdale in the Cordova Shops just south of 17th Street. Open every day but Sunday. One of my favorite burgers in South Florida. Big, round, juicy pucks of 100% Angus beef, char grilled to perfection. And don't miss the sweet potato fries on the side. They're legendary. Go to Gilbert's, feast, and be happy. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you. Hey, for great pizzas, pastas, and Italian comfort classics, you got to check out Camille's Pizzeria and Restaurante. It just launched a great new happy hour on weekdays, 5 to 7 p.m., featuring all kinds of drink specials, $10 light bites, and a great 3 for $20 appetizer special. It's a true mom-and-pop shop run by a great couple, John and Maya. He grew up in Queens, and his pizzas and signature chicken parmesan are fantastic. Takeout and delivery available. Go to Camille'sFTLauderdale.com for reservations. A tradition for South Florida sports fans for more than 30 years, Shenanigans. It's at 1300 South Federal Highway in Dania Beach, the place to go for all your favorite teams and events and food that's not your ordinary sports bar fare. Award-winning wings, burgers, fresh fish, and more, TV screens galore, and all-day happy hour specials. The kitchen and bar are open into the wee hours, perfect for late-night bites and very close to the airport. For playoff action, football season, and a good time anytime, Shenanigans. Looking for inspired comfort food in a cozy setting? Blue Collar in Miami is the place to go. Located at 6789 Biscayne Boulevard, it moved to bigger digs a year ago, now has full liquor, and still features all your old favorites from chef owner Danny Surfer. Fantastic burgers, the braise of the day, and the city's best key lime pie. And drink specials every day. Open daily with weekend brunch. For reservations and information, go to bluecollarmiami.com. All right, we're back at Daniel's Florida Steakhouse, 620 South Federal Highway in Fort Lauderdale. It is a Michelin Guide recommended restaurant.
And I feel like that word's going to change at some point sooner than later.
Very soon. And we've replaced. You
One
must have
angel
heard
for
that
another.
I had gout, and you're concerned that you don't want me to consume too much red meat because look at all these leafy lettuce. We've got the fresh produce portion of the program. Here, we got Diam back. Here, let's get the right tomatoes there. There we go. And it's been a while since we've seen the man himself, Tom Angelo. You've been so busy slam down at Daniel's Miami, and I understand things are going not just a little well, but like off the charts. Oh my God, what have we done to
Again, the
ourselves,
Gables isn't easy to just start up at.
We've outkicked our coverage. It's pretty amazing. We're very happy with it. But I want to talk about the great job that we're doing here and in the company.
Chef Diam, we've seen.
We talked about our steaks, and we talked the sourcing that we do. You guys just went over that, some of the most unique steaks. And I just had a steak last night here made by Chef Diam for me, medium rare. It was a Canubra station from Australia.
Oh, wow.
Probably the best filet mignon I've ever had in my life.
Wow. I might be in for prime rib night every Wednesday here. Only 14 portions prepared. I think I'm going to
Australian Wagyu prime rib. It is. I think we definitely have the bragging rights. It's the best prime rib in the state.
Sure.
So we take a lot of pride in everything that we do. Education. We love educating our guests about the food that we source. And I want to talk. I was very excited that you were here. I walked in and I saw this beautiful lettuce that we got. And I'm a huge salad person, and this restaurant has. We source just incredible lettuces. A lot of it goes to the chefs that source. Chef Danny, Chef Dime. Talk us a little bit about what this beautiful lettuce is right here.
Currently, we're using this is from French Farms out in Homestead.
Okay.
Oh,
So
wow.
we do various farms. French Farms does amazing little gem. Sometimes they do spotted little gem, which is also very cool. But this is just a traditional bib little gem. As you can see, there's still like dirt and stuff on it, but
Yeah.
it's very
But you
very
use
yummy. We
fresh
wash it
you
very
scrub
well.
It before it
We
hits the
scrub it
plate.
really
Yeah.
well and nice, but it's super
Look how fresh
crunchy
it
off
is.
the
Looks
off
like
the
it's
bite.
pulled from the ground like
Yeah,
yesterday.
so,
or
they,
whatever.
so pretty much it does get pulled from the ground weekly, specifically for us.
Wow.
Same thing with like our crunchy romaine coming out of
Mhm.
Swank. This arrived this morning.
Swank Farms up in Loxahatchee
in
area.
Loxahatchee.
I mean, this is
Jody
this, I mean,
Swank, we love
Look at
them.
that.
I mean,
Yeah.
honestly,
No, this
for-
is
for
the
me-
kind of thing that's why you're billing yourself as a
Let's
Florida
steakhouse.
let's talk about
steakhouse.
these
Yeah.
tomatoes.
Tomatoes coming out of Swank as well. They just arrived this morning. I just quickly give them a quick wash.
Okay, good.
I'm grabbing
Very
it.
yummy.
Peppers,
yourself.
Jimmy
Uh-oh.
Nardella peppers.
I
Our
ordered.
Jimmys are local. We're not getting them from California.
Mm.
They come in every week from Swank Farms
Wow.
for our they go on some of our steaks and they go on the sausage and peppers.
So Swank is one of the OGs in terms of the like fresh farm to table purveyors here in South Florida. This farm, I'm sorry, again, the name of it
French
is
Farms.
French
so
Farms.
Chris French
And-
coming out of Homestead.
and this is the gem. You use this in the Caesar or
in the
is it
Caesar.
the
So we do
little-
a mixture of all of our Florida lettuce for the week.
Mhm.
And what's
man.
really incredible, if you think about it, is we're not a small restaurant. We did
Strawberries,
240 covers here last
Yeah.
night. We were sold out. Okay,
on a Tuesday?
on a Tuesday.
Yeah.
We did 350 in Miami. To source
Oh my
this type of lettuce and,
Yeah,
and have it on a menu at a restaurant doing this kind of volume
That's crazy.
requires incredible relationships with the purveyors because there's limited amount of lettuce and items they can give. So we buy 60 to 80% of a lot of these farms because we pay our bills on time.
Yep.
We're very busy. We're consistent. They know what they can produce for us, but we're committed to keeping this quality. Now it's a little more difficult in the summertime.
Mm.
Florida produce. So we work with Baldor and other high-end distributors throughout the country to bring us similar quality. We don't use Cisco washed greens.
Right.
I won't let it happen. I have a very sensitive stomach myself when it comes to eating. So I know right
You
away.
can tell the difference. Yeah.
I can absolutely tell.
And it's funny, as a critic, the thing that got me most, people say, oh, I don't trust the fish or steak. No, the thing that would upset my stomach the most is produce and salads. If it's not, harvested properly, washed properly.
It's unfortunately, it's most places don't have the ability or the patience to deal with, bringing in this lettuce, cleaning it the correct way, putting it on a salad. It takes time, it takes labor. And you talk about cost, because I know there's been comments on the site about this restaurant being expensive. What does it take? It takes a lot less labor to take pre-washed greens out of a Cisco bag,
right,
than it does to get a barrel of this lettuce and clean it properly.
You
and
can
make
taste the
salads.
difference. You can feel the difference. And the thing is, I had this discussion yesterday about what is value. To me, value is not necessarily what the price point, it's not spending the least amount of money. It's when you walk out and saying, oh, wow, I understand everything about that meal and it's worth every penny because, like you said, sometimes it's not the cheapest, but it is definitely.
But even the
highest quality.
even the olive oil that's put, the extra virgin olive oil that's put on the salad, even the salt that we use, the balsamic that we use, all the different ingredients that go
Even
into
the basil
go
when
into-
it's fresh and it's local, we use fresh basil for our Caesar dressing.
Jeez.
So you see the difference for those couple weeks that the basil is coming out, and then we transition. But it's mainly just keeping up with all this and being proud of what we serve, which is what we do.
Yeah. Oh, you guys take great pride, rightfully so, with every dish and plate that comes out, whether it's a beautiful, Wagyu Australian aged steak or just the local produce.
or the
So,
Florida snapper that we use, or the
Yeah.
tuna that we have, and things that we do, the short rib that we prepare that comes
Right.
from Florida. These are all things that go into the brand. That's our brand. Our brand, whether it's pastrami bao buns, some which is a simple item, whether it's the oysters from Florida, Swanee River. These are all things that we take a lot of pride in terms of putting on the table. We like to educate the guests. There's some guests that don't care, but increasingly, what I've noticed here at Fort Lauderdale location, because I popped in here last night, and it was just, I mean, I popped in here Friday. It was
Nuts.
absolutely
It was
crazy.
nuts. I was
Lubie
here
was
Friday.
here
It was
for his
nuts.
I was
Friday.
here. I was here yesterday, and it's just really heartwarming. I've had a lot of people pull me over to tables and go, "This is an incredible experience." So we're really excited to be not take our Fort Lauderdale location for granted because of the success of Miami location, which is unbelievable. But continue at this location to really. This is a boutique.
You're raising the bar,
Yes.
and you're getting the accolades,
And
and
people
better yet, you're getting people flocking in here
Well,
every night.
people
who
say
are
to me,
satisfied.
knock
not
the
just
wall,
satisfied,
knock the wall down, make the restaurant bigger. We have the sports bar. We're not going to do that because if we did that, then we're just going to be another big steakhouse.
Bingo.
So we're going to max out at 250 covers a night. We're not going to do 500-600 like some of the big box steakhouses do.
And you know what? It's smart because
I appreciate
you
that.
create the FOMO. I mean, it's you.
Honestly, it's so funny because my wife was telling people before we came Friday, and all these people were like, "Oh my God, you were able to get in?" I'm like, "Oh yes." Like it's become that kind of a place where you have to fight
and
to
that's
get a
really
reservation.
One year in, I mean, look at the legends of Fort Lauderdale that are busy like Runway, 40 plus years. And obviously the packed to the gills, you can't get in on any given night, never mind a holiday night. And we're just happy to be getting in that discussion of becoming a staple in the community.
Yep.
Because as a long time, and gets back to South Beach Food and Wine Festival, I'm the one who made the decision to not. We were every year they asked us to do down in Miami, and I said no, I don't. I want to do it in Fort Lauderdale this year, and I want to push because they only have one other restaurant, Chef Vitolo, who was here the other night. Great guy, Anthony, really good dude.
I still haven't made it into Vitolo's, and people tell
it's good.
me nothing
very
but good
good
things. Yeah,
very
okay.
good. So yep, and I think he's a very good guy, young guy, and we wanted to do it in Fort Lauderdale, my daughter and I, because we said we want to
showcase this place.
Showcase this place, and there are lots of restaurants in Miami doing, but we're the only restaurant along with Vitolo doing it for the South Beach Food and Wine Festival, and we have a great dinner, great incredible menu that Chef Danny and Dime have done, and we want to continue to emphasize the importance of this restaurant in our group as we expand, because this is obviously we're going to keep growing and opening more restaurants under the Daniels brand.
Question for Chef Dime. Now, do you still? Lubie was telling me that when he was here last Friday, that he got a relatively new menu item, the tuna tartare with a caviar on top. But you guys constantly trying to come up with some new dishes and new wrinkles so things don't get
and there was a new
too
dessert
tried
as well.
and true.
Yeah, new dessert. So we keep pushing. Miami does a lot of things. They have a bigger kitchen, but we try to give some new things here and there, based off of Miami. Just gets the staff excited. Like you saw the steaks today. We have 15 of those for the rest of the week until next Monday. So things like that just bring excitement and takes away from the ordinary day to something more.
Yeah, but the important thing is the most important thing we keep is the consistency of the key dishes. This is a very small kitchen that we inherited here, as you know, Mike, from having come here over the years. So pasta kitchen, they probably did maybe 60 to 100 covers maximum a night.
Oh wow!
And we're averaging 200 a night. So it's a big difference.
Oh my God!
And we use the kitchen next door as a prep kitchen. But when the shit hits the fan here, this kitchen is got to handle the capacity for this restaurant. So we just upgraded our broiler. There's a lot of capital expenditures as well. This is an old building, so we continue to have to pour money into fix things that were not maintained properly over the years. We're going to do a big renovation this summer with the air conditioning system, which is a lot of humidity coming.
And you are going to be shutting in August or September?
We're just going to close. We're going to close for just a week.
Just in July.
Do the 3-week Steve Martirano vacation. We're just going to do the
1 week. Let's get the new AC system.
Yeah, let's get the new AC. Because honestly, our hourly employees like to have some time off, but they also need to make money. So we don't close.
Gotcha. Chef Dime, some of the vegetable dishes, obviously the basil gem Caesar salad is a huge seller, right? What are some of the other vegetable forward dishes that sell?
So we actually got some local iceberg as well. So our wedge salad for this week for now will be local, also coming from Chris French.
Nice.
But then as you look through our menus, like the strawberries go in the hamachi. It is a small part of the dish, but they are local from Swank. So we do that. cherry tomatoes go on our Fra Diablo. They go on our snapper, which is also loco.
Yep.
Farmer Mike said there's our local zucchini that goes in our snapper.
Yeah,
couscous.
and that zucchini, is that still, you still
zucchini
making that?
tataki, we still do that. So that's a
that's
local.
a great dish for
Yeah.
not just vegetarians, for anybody. It's
So-
delicious, and if you're going to get a steak, it's a perfect way to
So it's
complement the
very,
steak.
very simple. So it's important that the zucchini shines and it pulls through.
Yeah.
And then throughout the menu, you see little bits of veggies and all that stuff. For the most part, endives are from Belgium. We can't do anything about
Right,
that.
Belgian endives, yeah.
But Jimmy Nardello's, we do it on our Mayura station steaks. So that really brings a little
Right,
bit local to something Australian, and
Guys,
just kind of puts everything together. And
keep pushing the forward and raising the bar, and just again, it's a superb job. Everybody who comes in that I've heard from lately are just blown away by
No
the
foam,
quality.
no foam, no flowers. That's my only rule.
Oh,
No foam, no flowers, no tweezers. I just like straightforward, great
Bingo.
food, great products,
okay.
simply prepared, and
Sounds like a man after my heart. I used to rag on places
Yep.
that had too many foams. Like,
Yep.
no disrespect
You
to
know,
some of
we,
those innovators back in the day.
No, but they innovate and it fills you.
Yeah.
It tastes
Yeah.
good.
we don't.
It's the place,
This is not the place to come for molecular
No.
cuisine.
If you have the potato fonduta and,
Oh my
and a couple
God.
of like that crab
Well,
cake
and-
appetizer and a steak, you're not leaving hungry.
When anyone
here.
who talks prices, again, it's like Mayo talks about, and that's something my wife and I talk about a lot. Values everything. We've spent $50 on meals and been disgusted by what we spent. We've spent more here and would have spent even more
Well,
because it was one of the best experiences of our lives.
I go out less and less to restaurants, and I like to just splurge when I go out and have a great meal and know what
Bingo.
I'm eating, and not feel like I'm just going out to eat.
Real food.
I'd rather,
Yeah.
I'd rather eat at home and cook and prepare what I eat, and then get meals that are half cocked.
Yeah, disappointing.
So once I got you here, and I know it's going to be a great rest of the season at the two Daniels location. You mentioned there's going to be more Daniels coming on the way. Can you share anything?
We got some locations we're looking at in Orlando.
Oh, nice.
Vegas?
I'm not looking to go out of state.
Okay.
Oh, you want to keep it in state? Okay,
Keep
at
it as
Florida
a Florida
Steakhouse.
Steakhouse
Yeah.
concept.
Oh, that's amazing.
Very good. Any updates on the Italian
Opening in July.
Opening July.
Nice.
And again, the name
La
is
Sponda.
La Sponda, which
Sponda, nice.
and that's
sure.
going to be down in Grove Isle.
Yep.
Open to the public, coming this summer, 2026. Tom, I appreciate the
You're the man.
time. I
You guys
know
are
how
kicking
busy
butt.
you are. Mazel tov on all
Yeah,
the
mazel tov.
success, as they say
Yeah.
back in
Like
Our
Brooklyn,
country, yeah.
my country.
Back in Brooklyn, the old country.
And Diane, you're gonna, I'm sure, have a great
busy night.
time tomorrow night. And are you going to be pitching in on the Rare Tour dinners next week? In
Yeah,
Miami?
I'll be there Thursday to kick it off with the team and,
Okay.
and get it going. And then
And I said there's still availability for Thursday night.
There is,
correct?
yep. $475 without wine. For includes the cocktail hour and all the amazing there's three chefs cooking all
Yep.
the steaks, all the appetizers, the desserts,
You're
the
not gonna-
metaphors.
Yeah, you're not going to see that kind of assemblage of talent anywhere
No,
else this
No,
year.
no,
I mean,
no.
three
It's
of the top 10 steak restaurants.
Yeah,
in the
that's
world
amazing.
is Pretty.
number 3 in the world, number 7 in the world from Spain. Yep.
Yeah.
And I've been to both restaurants. They're amazing.
That's
places.
great. All right, Tom, I appreciate it. Diane, good luck
Awesome.
tomorrow.
Thank you, guys.
Let's take our second break, and then we'll wrap up this edition of the Lunchbox from Daniels, a Florida steakhouse in beautiful downtown Fort Lauderdale, 620 South Federal Highway. Go make a reservation today. You will not be disappointed. When people come to me and say, Mike, where should I go out to eat? I got guests coming from out of town. Where should we go? Cafe Seville. That's the answer. 2768 East Oakland Park Boulevard. It's a Fort Lauderdale perennial, serving the finest in Spanish and continental cuisine in a cozy, friendly, comfortable setting. Joey Esposito and Sally, his better half, they've been running the place for a long time. It's been open since the 1980s. They got great Spanish classics like paella, shrimp with garlic sauce, and all kinds of great seafood dishes. The stuffed veal chop, oh, that's my favorite. Go to Cafe Seville. It's open every day but Sunday at 5 p.m. for dinner. Tell them that the Lunchbox Mayo and Defo sent you. If you like seafood in a comfortable setting, outdoors, even keel fish shack at the corner of A1A and Commercial Boulevard in Lauderdale by the Sea, upscale food in a down-home setting, the chef owners, Dave and Brad, do a terrific job with all the seafood classics that you want. They have the best grilled oysters in town, bang bang shrimp, lobster rolls, and deli fish specials. They also have weekend brunch Saturday and Sunday. They have deli happy hour 4 to 7, and they also have other weekly specials like mussels on Monday and oysters on Tuesday. Go to Even Keel Fish Shack and tell them that the Lunchbox sent you. Hey, it's Mike Mayo. When the Brooklyn boy in me wants a good bagel with Nova or some matzo ball soup, homemade knishes, or a great deli pastrami sandwich on rye, you know where I go? Grandpa's Cafe in Dania Beach. It's been around a long time, an institution, but a little over a year ago, a pair of New Yorkers came in, bought it, and refurbished the place. It's beautiful, and they are now serving great breakfast, brunch, lunch. They've got the omelets, they've got eggs Benedict, they've got all kinds of great baked goods like rugelach. Grandpa's is just off Federal Highway on Southwest 1st Street in Dania Beach. It's open 7 days. Go in there, tell them that the Lunchbox sent you.
Hey Lunchbox fans, is it time to sell your business? You've poured your heart and soul into your restaurant or business, and you want to see continue the legacy you have built. Transworld can help. Call me, Andy Cagnetta, at Transworld Business Advisors right now and see if it's time for you to retire and relax. Iconic brands like the Mai Kai, Mulligans, Carlos and Pepe's, Mangoes, and many more turn to Transworld to help sell. Contact Transworld on Facebook or call 954-772-1122 or visit tworld.com. Again, that's 954-772-1122 or tworld.com.
When I'm looking for some wicked good food for a wicked good lunch, there's only one place to go. That's Wicked Cheesesteaks in Fort Lauderdale. It's at 4824 North Federal Highway, just south of Commercial Boulevard and across from Holy Cross Hospital. My friend Brian there, he will hook you up with some really tasty treats. They've got cheesesteaks, just like the best you can find in Philly, along with lobster rolls, because that's where he's from, Maine originally. And they have wings and pizza and everything you want to have a really good time. Wicked Cheesesteaks. They're open every day but Tuesday. Check them out online, wickedcheesesteaks.com. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you. Guess who's back and better than ever? Juan's. For the best in classic old school Chinese cuisine, a family-run South Florida favorite since 1966. It's at 664 North Federal Highway in Fort Lauderdale, open every day but Tuesday for lunch and dinner. Chef Alex is carrying on the family tradition that started 4 generations ago. It used to be known as Christina Juan's Mandarin House, and you're going to love it as Juan's. They've got all your favorites: wonton soup, spare ribs, egg rolls, dumplings, Peking duck, and more. Combo lunch specials daily and takeout and delivery. For more information, go to their Instagram page at juans.fl. If you're looking for a great place for steaks, seafood, and more, go to Tropical Acres Steakhouse and Butcher Shop. It's at 2500 Griffin Road in Dania, just west of I-95 and the airport. They've been there a long time, since 1949. That means they're doing something right. You'll get old school hospitality from the Studiali family, along with great value, tremendous service. Of course, you could also go into the bar for happy hour every day, 4 to 6, and they have great value all night long. Also, a butcher shop that's open every day from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. except Sunday. The dining room is open every day at 4:30 except Sunday. Go to Tropical Acres. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you. All right, we're back at Daniel's, a Florida Steakhouse.
Sir.
We love our steaks here. I love them all, and there's room for everybody. You know,
There
you
is.
got Tropical Acres. We can go in for happy hour tonight and get those great deals. And then, of course, here you also have a prime rib night just on Wednesdays. Tropical Acres, get it every night that they're open.
Nice.
Now let's talk about. Got some special activities coming up this week. Tomorrow, we're going to be doing a happy hour edition from Eddie and Vinny's in Coral Springs.
I
That's
know, I'm
in
excited.
conjunction with their Thursday night ladies' night. Besides having happy hour every week, Monday through, I think, Friday,
Yeah.
they also have a Thursday night ladies' night where
Yep.
they give away. I'm not quite sure how it
With
works.
that,
Like,
so don't, yeah, because my wife was really excited about it, and
I
even
think-
my wife, I gave really vague details.
I
'cause
think
didn't
it's a
wanna say the wrong thing.
sweepstakes where, like, you have entries, like you go on Thursday night, and then I think they're giving away maybe one pair of shoes every so often. I don't know if it's once a month, or we'll get the
We'll find
details
out
from
from Eddie
Eddie Pizzoli tomorrow.
Yeah.
And it's the red bottom shoes. What do they call them? The
They're called Louboutins, but
Louboutins.
they have a famously known red bottom.
red
So
bottom.
they're called red bottoms.
So it's a red bottom night. I know nothing about shoes.
I know because
I am not Imelda Marcos.
my wife dreams of these shoes.
I've heard of Manolo Blahniks. I think that was the big thing
They were
during
big
the
in the
Sex and the
90s,
City
yes.
era, and now it's these red
Louboutins are big
bottoms.
deal, yes.
Yes, okay, and it's a promotion that's in conjunction with their Thursday night lady nights. We're going to be doing a show there tomorrow night at 4:00.
Excited.
Now Saturday, we're going to be doing a bonus weekend edition Saturday at 11 a.m. at Frank Pepe's Pizza in Plantation Walk, right there, University Drive, just north of Broward Boulevard. So we're going to start the proceedings with a special edition of the Lunchbox, where we're going to be talking with the granddaughter of Frank Pepe himself. It's Jennifer Beaumonte.
Yeah, we had her on a few years ago.
We've had her on when they first opened the
she was
Plantation
fun.
place. I can't believe it's been, I think, 3 years.
Oh, geez.
And Pepe's just celebrated their
100th.
100th anniversary. Again, they started off in New Haven on Worcester Street and the home of the Abits. And Pepe's is now down in Florida, South Florida, with locations in Delray Beach and Plantation. So going to do a show with her, talking about they're introducing this new mobile pizza oven that is it's kind of a thing in Connecticut. They call them pizza trucks up there, but they're calling it the mobile pizza oven here, where you can hire them for block parties, catering,
That's cool.
office events.
You'll get Pepe's at your house.
Yes, but that mobile oven will be on hand Saturday.
Nice.
From 12 to 3, noon to 3, come one, come all. There's going to be free pizza slices from the pizza from the mobile oven. There's also, the regular restaurant there will be open and regular. If you want to get a full pie, bring the family. They've got great salads. And then, again, the New Haven style beets. But the noon to 3, besides the free pizza from the mobile truck, you're also going to be able to spin a wheel for prizes and get discounts or gift certificates to the Pepe Pizzas down here in Plantation or Delray Beach. We'll be there from 12 to 3 p.m. this Saturday. I'm going to be hosting and, having some fun. Come on out, say hi, and, you're going to get some good free food, free pizza. Everybody loves the complimentary slices. So come on out. It's going to be a lot of fun. All right, that's it, Lubie. What a day. I didn't know we were going to get showered with this kind of where's the beef right here.
I was going to say, they always take care of us here, but they stepped it up. The dinner tomorrow night's going to be amazing, and I can't even imagine what they're going to do next week. I didn't even realize it's the 3 of the top, and they are one of them top steakhouses in the world, showing their wares for you next week next week, Coral Gables.
Thursday, still available down at the Daniels.
It was once Fields. It's now
Daniels,
long forgotten because Daniels in
Miami.
Gables is kicking ass.
Yeah,
so
they are really, really getting it.
And again, Gables, these are 2 areas that are not easy. We know a lot of establishments that did a good job and have not been able to make it. They've not only made it, but they've taken it by storm, which is impressive.
They're doing good stuff. All right, we'll see everybody tomorrow. Until then, enjoy every steak, enjoy every salad, and enjoy every